Galathon's there.
Okay. So
Wait.
Cernal gets a 1, so you guys win initiative.
This is in the bar?
Right. No.
Okay.
It's out on the road.
On the road.
Yep. It's about midday out on the road.
All right.
So who else has joined us? Oh, there's Bobbin.
We have a
Okay.
ranger now.
So Ragnar,
Yes, sir.
you're in the lead. What are you doing?
Well, roll initiative. I take it means we're battling it up. They're attacking us.
No.
No.
You.
All right.
You
So this is the.
We spotted them first.
corner, and they're there. They're doing something to some people in the road, and it's you guys' decision what you're going to do. They're about 60 feet away from.
They got their weapons out.
60?
Yep, they've got their weapons out. They've got swords out pointing at
Okay.
two guys in the road.
Did you say there were 60 of them?
No, I said you're 60 feet away from them.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll take my
There are
weapon out.
three
I'll ride up.
of
I'll work my way up to the front.
I'll take
Okay,
my weapon
so-
out and ride on up. Can I hear what they're saying to the people?
How are
Shaking
you
them
riding
down.
up? Are you charging? Are you just kind of meandering up?
Well, if they're not swimming,
Riding up
then
quickly, like I see something going on with my weapon out, and I'll basically say, something wrong here or something like that. It looks like someone's
Okay.
getting shook down, so I'm not going to just charge and swing yet, but I'll certainly be ready.
Okay. So, Therinol,
I'm definitely backing him up. I'm just gonna keep a little bit back, ready for
Okay.
the bow.
okay, Ted,
I'll have my I'll stop and have my bow ready. Knock an arrow,
okay,
but at the back.
okay. Bobbin,
I can't see the map yet, but
there's no
is there
map.
a way oh, okay. Is there a way to let's see, away from the group a little bit, kind of somewhat start to circle around these guys with my bow
You can do that either to the left or the right, whichever you prefer.
out?
They are on the left-hand side of the road. The guys are in the road that they're talking to. So,
Okay, I'll go slightly off the road to the right. Keep my bow out and ready to let loose on these guys.
okay. Galathon, what do you want to do?
What are can we see what they're armed with?
They're wearing mismatched armor, and they're armed with long swords.
Okay, so just melee.
They have bows as well.
All right, what I'm gonna do?
But the long swords are in their hands and they're mounted.
They're mounted. Okay. The bows. You said the bows are in their hands.
No.
Okay. The swords are in their hands and they're mounted. All right. Are we mounted?
Yes.
Okay.
Are the guys in furs got any weapons? Or what the-
Do they look like they're defending themselves, or are they just held up?
You can't really determine if they have any weapons or not. They've got staves, but if they had anything beyond that, you don't know. Can't really see. They're carrying a lot of stuff.
Does it look like their horses are swift enough to close the gap this round?
Whose?
The enemy.
They're 60 feet away, so yeah.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to charge, but I want to flank them after they get to us if at all possible. So if I can like charge off and like, wait till they move and then attack them when they get to our front line
Okay.
from the flank with a charge attack.
I don't think they're moving towards us though, are they? They're just kind of dancing in the road. They're
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
well, I will close the distance with them.
Okay.
Is this
Are you
turning
going
into a straight combat?
Or right up to him.
Why did we roll initiative
No,
if there's
good.
no one
That's what
attacking
shit
anybody?
done, right?
I think it's
You
just
guys
saying it's
came
our
out
turn to do
for-
something.
And initiative is the best way to determine how this thing is going to play out. You're both within range of each other.
We can do whatever we want, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
They haven't started anything yet.
I guess I will.
That's
What-
fine. Nothing
Uh,
wrong with that.
oh, 60 feet's within earshot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call out. Who goes there?
Okay. And then what?
Wait for a response.
Okay, they will respond on their turn, on their half of the initiative. So you're giving up your movement to call out who goes there?
Yep.
Okay. And is the guy with no name a player?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's me, but I don't know why the name isn't there. It was there last session, so I don't.
Where?
Okay.
Venger.
I just didn't want to skip someone, and who
Yeah.
knows, there's some past player or something, or somebody that said they wanted to play and showed up and is sitting in there.
Yeah,
So,
no, I think
yeah,
that's me.
so Red.
So
Who is that? Which character is that?
that's Callus.
Okay, Callus, what do you wish
Yeah.
to do?
I'm riding right up, and I'm swinging around to the right with the. I didn't catch who it
Oh.
was.
Callus, your
Yeah.
display name isn't there because you don't have a display name. You have to type in a display name.
Well, it was there last week though, but
It's
Yeah.
been deleted, so
Uh-huh.
you gotta type in a new one.
all right. Well, I'll work on that here in a little
Top
bit.
right, hit the gear. You'll see it.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
little
And then,
wheel
Oh,
on the
you're
right
gonna,
side.
You're going to go off to the right too.
Hmm.
Okay.
There you
Okay. Nicodemus, what do you wish to do?
Oh, I wish to make everybody drop their weapons, but I will also swing around to the right. I will dismount, swing around to the right with my bow drawn or whatever to help shadow our thief so that he has somewhere to duck behind or go unnoticed.
Okay. So you guys maneuver yourselves into various positions, and it's now their turn, and they all wheel their horses and go charging off to the on the left, on the side they're on, away from the road at about a 45-degree angle, putting distance between you and them.
Oh,
And
they
that's
run
the way
away.
they come in, so there's a little bit of break there. So, what do you guys wish to do? You going to try to pursue them? You just going to let them go?
If no harm came to the trees, say let them bygones be bygones for right now.
Smells like an ambush,
Okay.
anyways.
Fair enough.
I agree.
I want to shoot him.
Fire an arrow at him. I don't care. I just don't want to chase him down and
Yeah,
I'm not gonna waste an arrow.
I'm gonna let a couple fly.
Okay. If anyone's gonna fire arrow, one or two, take your shots.
The whole situation smells fishy.
Did they leave
Uh,
these people that they were messing
Oh.
with?
there you
There's
go.
one hit,
Bowden.
at least one.
Nice. Robin.
Crap on the damage, but
Okay. So okay.
Arno.
So Bobbin,
yeah,
that third guy, man, you got him hard in the shoulder and he falls off and his horse follows the others out, but he's laying in the snow up there.
okay.
Okay. So everybody fired that wanted to fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're out of initiative. The two guys are on the road looking at you guys, not quite sure what's going on. Looking, I mean, that they look like, okay, what's going on next? And the other guys are continuing to put distance between you and them, and the horse of the guy that fell off is as well. So what do you guys want to do? We're not in melee, but so kind of keep it in chunks here.
I'm gonna call to the two guys. You said it was two guys that they were messing with.
yeah.
Yep,
I'm
looks
gonna
like
call,
trap.
let me check what you said. Yeah, I'm gonna call them. Ask as I ride toward them.
You gonna ask what?
Are y'all okay? Need any medical?
We're okay.
Me? I'm fine.
I think Bobbin's asking the furrier guys if they're or the trappers or
No, it was me
Merchants.
that
That's
Oh.
it.
Ed.
yeah.
Yeah. They said they're okay.
Are they're not even thankful or anything? They're just
So Ragnar was
I'll follow that up with let me think for a second. Greet your new Baron, and I'll point to him.
Ragnar, right? This is Baron Ragnar's road now. Who may I say is traveling upon it?
The one guy who's definitely been around a bit. He's got a big old long gray beard. He just kind of leans on his staff and spits and says, "Baron Ragnar."
Wow.
No respect.
Maybe we should have let him beat him down.
Yeah. So Richard Ragnar was riding up to them, and whenever those guys took off and Bobbin took one down, I'll ride out and get the guy that fell. And
Okay.
Capture him, tie him up, bring him back.
Okay. He's not in great shape. You know, that arrow went all the way through. It didn't kill him, but he's definitely not far from death.
Good shot, Bob.
I won't
once
save his
again.
life, but I'll ask him some questions that maybe will save his life if he answers, but I don't want to interrupt the other guys.
Okay. Does anybody else want to talk to the trappers?
No.
Okay.
I'll walk up and ask him. Oh, go ahead, Ted. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yes, he is the new Baron of these woods.
Well, good for him.
Man, there's a
Thanks
lot
for
of
the
respect
show.
going on here.
Right on. So what would the men want from you? I ask him.
Oh, I think they wanted these here furs. We hadn't got far enough into discussion, but I'm pretty sure that was their desire.
So were they just bandits? Do you know? Have you seen them before?
Never seen them before in my life, but I guess they're bandits. I generally call people who try to take other people's goods bandits.
All right.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Where did you get? Where did
stare
you
at 'em.
trap the furs at? Where did they trap the furs at? Local river, local forest,
Yeah.
Baron Ragnar's river, Baron Ragnar's forest. Is that where they got this stuff?
Ain't no Baron Ragnar. This ain't nobody's forest. It ain't nobody's road. It ain't nobody's nothing. But I do thank you for stepping in. I mean, I might have had to teach those boys a lesson, but I still appreciate the help.
Well, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
They running into a lot of bandits going through here?
Not a lot, but more than I'd like to.
Aha. So somebody is patrolling these roads, bandit wise. Those are the men we'll be looking for.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it patrol, but yeah, they do happen along here every once in a while. I'm Feltus. This is Cormo, my young partner. Teaching him the tricks of the trade, you see. And he kind of hits Cormo. Cormo, say hello to the men. Cormo goes, hi, men.
How old does he look?
He looks to be in his 20s. The old guy probably, you'd guess, is in his 60s, maybe even older. But he looks pretty good shape. Yeah, yep. Better than it was, though. It's pretty bad here about a year ago.
I am so uninterested.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride in the direction that the bandits were going, but I'm gonna stay in earshot. So
Okay. They've made it into tree cover by now. I mean, you could follow them because obviously there's snow on the ground, and even in the trees there's still some snow, so it would be
yeah.
no trouble to follow.
And where'd they run off to? North, northeast?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Oh, so not in the direction of the slag heap.
No.
Yeah.
And Phelps goes, and what's bringing you guys fellas out here in this lovely land?
Oh, we own the place.
Yeah, really? Okay, if you say so.
We're just trying to build a presence area a little and help out if we can.
Well, that's a nice way to be, I suppose. Well, if you don't mind, we'd like to get moving because we still got a ways to go, and we'd like to have our feet up in the ogre tonight, having some ale in a nice warm room.
They're heading towards Gibshan,
Or no, towards Dunstan.
Dunstan.
That's where we just left, right?
Yep, the ogre's just what you just left.
Okay. Just watch out.
That's
Just don't trip on the ogre bodies we left behind. They may be under the snow.
Thanks for the warning.
Were they ogres or orcs?
Orcs.
Orcs, whichever.
So if you guys are done with them, they're gonna head on down the road. Kind of maybe happy your trail is. They're kind of, when they round more of the corner and see all the barbarians in the cart, they're kind of like, but they just keep going. So Ragnar, you want to question your captive?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll ask him. How far away is his camp?
We camped about, I don't know, 3 miles from here last night.
How many people are in the camp?
The 3 of us.
Is the rest of your group anywhere else close? Who else are you with?
The 3 of us.
That's it? What are
That's
your
it.
buddies' names?
Arlo, Grinch, and I'm Bledsoe.
You guys out of where do you typically stay at? You're just camping there for a short term. Yeah, what's that town we were just in? Dunstan.
Duns.
I mean, we camp where we can. And yeah, we go to Dunstan every once in a while. We have a little money.
All right. So is he still dying or is he stable?
I mean, he's stable, but he's pretty, like you think just a small bit of dagger would do him in.
So if I pick him up and then accidentally trip him and fall on him, that'll do him in?
It could.
I can always rip my arrow out of him, and I'll probably do it.
All right, well, I don't know why I feel like it this today. I'll tell him, take a rest and go to knock him out, which I guess will do him in.
Knock him out and do him in?
Couldn't
Sure.
Okay.
You don't need captives.
I was gonna shoot him anyways if you let him go.
All right, I'll go, oops.
Okay.
Guess he's got a glass jaw.
Like the shirt said, What do you mean? We are the wrong
Yeah.
hands.
So so go ahead, everybody get 100 experience point for that little encounter.
You guys want to go find the other two? See if
Sure.
it really is just the three of them.
Yeah, I mean that'd be something if we could find their camp, maybe.
Yeah, we don't want to
well.
leave any witnesses.
All right.
Pretty easy to track in the snow.
So we're just gonna, well, that we need a ranger tracking Bobbin, but we'll follow you.
You gotta search this guy, make sure he ain't got any information
Oh yeah,
notes or anything like
that was
that.
a dumb move. Yeah, let's search him. Damn it.
Okay. He's got his sword. He's got 3 daggers. Got his bow and quiver on his back. He's wearing some mixed matched armor that's pretty patched up. And outside of that, he's got a pouch that has six small slivers of silver coinage in it.
I'll take a couple arrows that cost me to take him down. Other than that, nothing for me.
I say party treasure.
Okie dokie.
I mean, if you're gonna put the rest of the weapons in party treasure, go right ahead. The silver, that's the same stuff you guys used to buy drinks with. I mean, there's just he didn't have anything really.
Right, yeah, that's fine. Well, let's move on. So we're gonna go after these guys and head towards
Yeah,
the
so
northeast.
following the tracks in the snow.
All right.
I'll
Yeah.
put the body in a compromise or a dead stance or a dead position. Just leave him there, but yeah, just
Okay.
be a little bit more respectful for the dead. That's all. That's that. You know,
Okay.
I'm gonna toss
You a
him in
bard
the
or a
middle
cleric?
again.
we're not that bad of a team. We're just not that bad. You know. Okay. We respect the death.
Okay. So I want you guys to Bobbin, I
Yeah.
need you to give me a D20 roll.
Ooh. Big number.
Okay. So once you hit the tree line and get into where you go from having, 3.5, 4 feet of snow down to having, 3 to 4 inches, you're having trouble follow because there's been some other traffic through here. I mean, you're able to do it, but you're not, you aren't moving as fast as they were or probably are.
Okay.
And so you guys are moving along and you eventually kind of come back to the edge of the woods and so Bobbin, give me a D20 roll.
Better.
Yep. So Bobbin, as you're drawing closer to the end of the edge of these woods, you're looking at the tracks and you're kind of looking at the horizon. And when you do, you see a good number of goblins moving outside the woods, moving towards the southeast.
Okay.
So, what are you going to do?
I don't tell the rest of the group you got goblins up ahead. Can I tell how many? Roughly.
There's like a good number of them. So you're seeing at least 40 or 50, and you think
Ooh.
there's probably more that are not in view. Seems to be like a military unit moving.
I don't mean to be bearer of bad news, but that's a bad number, not a good number.
I didn't catch how many.
40 to 50.
50?
40 to 50 goblins. We got them.
Just enough for you,
have
Ted.
any arrows, don't you? Between us?
Can I ask a metagame question, Richard?
Right on.
Sure.
Goblins, if I remember, if they're less than one hit die in your game, do we get the same number of attacks as level?
Not no. I think that break is, I think if they're, what is it? It's like, if they're half, you get 2. If they're less, if they're half, or you get 2. If they're a quarter, you get maybe 4. And just let me check and make sure what that rule is in the.
So I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. So Ragnar, can you explain what you're trying to do?
So in AD&D, first edition, fighter classes, when you're against a less than one hit die humanoid creature,
Okay.
your number of attacks equals your own level.
Oh.
So if I think I'm level 4, then I get 4 attacks, but that isn't always level
That's
5.
neat.
That isn't always how everybody plays it.
Right,
And
yeah.
I know Richard also mixes in some other stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's neat.
But if we get multiple attacks because of our level, that certainly helps to level 40 or 50 against, we're only like, what, 15, 16?
Does he do follow through damage too?
If
may
I
have
had a
asked that
spear,
earlier.
could I
Because there's
have
more
allowed
over the hill past that
We
40
have
or 50.
provided that.
I'm sorry, Richard, I didn't hear that.
I said I typically do that.
Okay.
When you're, in close combat where it may, where it would happen.
What were the goblins doing? Were they packing up and all kinds of stuff,
They're
or
marching.
they were marching?
Yep.
Can we tell if they're red caps?
Yep. They're red caps.
Ooh.
They're not simple goblins then.
Ooh.
So what do you guys want to do? They don't see us, it sounds like, but we see them.
No, you're in the trees. They're not.
Okay. Did it appear that those other 2 thieves have gone that way and therefore could have joined these guys?
They could have, but I mean, you're not. You're like 2 minutes away from these guys, and they're more than 2 minutes ahead of you.
Okay. Plausible, not certain.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? We've been itching for a big fight because, well,
Plus we got a lot of
do it.
backup too.
I'm with y'all if y'all think we can take them.
Were they
Yeah.
marching towards to the cap then, or what? Or to the slag?
That would be the distance they're moving in.
So what was the verdict on that rule earlier? You do allow the additional attacks?
I am still looking.
Oh, okay. I'm
find out.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I
No.
never thought I thought I missed
Sometimes
it.
these things
So
are
how
not
do you-
so find
They-
in
if
the
if
DSG.
they're marching in a column, are you wanting to try to pick some off and scatter them, or do you want to? Do you want to tactfully attack column?
We could try a subterfuge.
What do
Have
you
somebody
suggest?
disguise themselves, move up, and try to divert them, warning them of an ambush, but then diverting them into an ambush.
Isn't that like 5-1?
You send 3 forward and 2 on each side, or
Or a little more like 10 to 1.
So are you suggesting let them see one or two of us and they send 10 or 12 thinking they have us outnumbered and then we jump on those and break them apart little by little?
No, have somebody disguised as a scout or something to come up and holler to them in Goblin that there's an ambush up ahead, turn this way. And then point them toward an actual ambush.
I like the first idea though.
That's what I was thinking myself. Is just send one of us out there and
Take 2 guys, have maybe 15 of them come up, and they could take on 2, and then the rest of us pop out, ambush those.
That's a possibility.
Let's do it.
I can do that.
Cool.
I'm on horseback.
That way you knock down the numbers quickly, and then whatever does come rushing in is not as bad.
We're using our barbarians too, or just us?
Oh yeah, there's the barbarian, so it's so we're not outnumbered that bad. It's only like 2.5 to 1 then. I think we can take them. Yeah, I could act as a. I could act.
Well,
as
Let's do it.
let's just focus them to where they're turned away. So whoever's gonna go out there, turn them away so we can flank them, kind of sweep them from the side with the horses when the main group charges.
we need some kind of map. See the lay of the land to set up an ambush. Either that, or we could ride around them and try to get ahead of them. Are they heading toward us?
No, they are heading to the southeast.
And
Heading towards the slag heap.
They are moving parallel to the direction you're going at this point.
Okay, we could hurry ahead of them and swing around in front of them. They're an army, and it's an army of goblins, so it's not like they're well-disciplined army. So they're probably going pretty slow. So us on horseback, we can probably get around them and set up an ambush in front of them.
Yeah, our barbarians are on foot though, aren't they?
They'll still be able to move faster than 11
That's a good
barbarians. will still
question.
be able to-
I thought they had their own horses, but
I mean, we
Yeah, they
assume
do.
that they do,
Oh,
but
they do?
Oh, okay.
Have them do that. Have them sweep all the way around and come in as reinforcements, I guess, if they're attacking us. So have
Or-
them right ahead and come around, and then we're doing our little tactic, and then they're taking up the slack.
Why are we splitting?
So, I am not prepared to give an exact answer on that. I will say that you don't need to worry about it for this combat.
Okay.
I'm like, why are we splitting up? We should just stick together.
You got 10 barbarians, correct?
mhm.
You got 5
Okay.
on
I
each
thought it was 11.
side.
While you're having this discussion, this column continues to move past, and you do not see the end has not yet appeared in your vision.
So it's more than
Whoa.
50 or 60.
Their numbers get bigger. Probably just stand down a little
You know, there's
fast.
that dungeon to the north that we never finished.
nice.
I'm starting to remember that.
We want to attack the back end of them. We kind of sniper off a bunch of the back.
I mean, if you guys are done with your characters, sure, that sounds great.
It depends on how many goes by before we see the end of it.
Weren't you counting them, Ted? You should know how many already.
Still don't see the end of it, he said.
We
So
kind of
can we-
like at the train crossing and we're just waiting for that train to end or what?
Well, you're in the woods. You can see
Uh-huh.
them. They probably can't see you because they're not really looking, and you guys are back in the trees away.
Right.
And I would suppose you probably have kind of obscured yourself somewhat. You aren't standing in the most visible position, pointing and yelling at them. Yeah, so they're moving past.
Well, this is intel that we have already. That red caps, right?
Yep, red caps.
Okay.
I'm reminded. Did you any of y'all watch that show about the Pope in Middle Ages?
Which one?
I can't remember the name of it. But the Papal army moves out to face the French army, and
Yeah.
they have the ideal that well, they're going to be using cannons, so we'll use horsebacks and we'll flank them with our. We'll run around their flank real quick. So they get out there, they're actually forming up in front of the French army, and the guy looks over at his aide and said, "Our plan was to run around their flank, right?" Yeah. I don't see it.
Yeah.
And the army's still coming over the horizon. I don't see it.
So after about 3-5 minutes of observing, the end does come.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
going
how
there.
many do we estimate?
You figure you guys saw at least 150 go past you.
Ragnar can take care of that.
And they're
10
heading in the
apiece.
direction of the
10
slag.
apiece.
I
All
think
right.
the DM is insulting us. This
You guys want to
mere
just let them go
number.
past and then sick Bobbin back on the trail
Yeah.
if you can find it?
I think 2 guys is better than 150.
Okay, that seems to be the consensus.
Okay, so you guys, by the time they've moved to where you would feel safe, you are also figuring that, you know what, it's starting to get, the sun's going to be down here in the next 15-20 minutes.
Oh. And that big column was headed towards the slag heap, correct?
They were headed in that general direction.
Okay.
Well, unless we can find us an army, I say we go find another thing to do.
What can we do? We want to keep tracking those 2 thieves if Bobbin can?
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, we have the service of the Baron, right?
Both
He's
of them,
back
you
in
could say.
Gipshine?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
So we could grab him and his the rest of his band because that's where these barbarians are from.
Well, he had like 30.
Okay, so there's 40.
I think if that's I can remember.
It was something like that, 30 or so, 25, 35, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Andy had wizards. A
Yeah.
wizard and a cleric. Our barbarians are from Ludensheim, his
Right.
people that kicked him out.
Yep.
He's in service of Ragnar though, right?
Yes. We kind of agreed for him to manage Gipshine and keep the roads safe between Gipshine and Ludensheim. We certainly could at see if he'll come out here, do this stuff too. But we're here now. Do we want to go all the way back there and try to do that, or do we want to just see if we can
No.
track these 2 guys and stick around
I
here
say
for a
we
little
deal
bit?
with the bandit threat.
Right. We're gonna deal with the bandits, but now what we'd have to do with the red caps
Okay.
is
that's what
that
you're saying.
we have assets as we needed an army. If that what somebody was suggesting. Well, we do have access to some mercenary.
Yep. Yes, agreed. We have more firepower elsewhere.
Yes. Okay. I agree. We need to go get 2 little 5 experience points deals.
Okay. I think we agreed on a path, Richard.
Okay. And so what do you guys want to do?
Bobbin's going to try to continue to track those thieves.
Okay. Like I said, it's nearly dark.
Yep.
You guys are going to try to track after dark.
No, we
Is
should
there forest across the way there, or are we, or no?
There is some, but there is a pretty good gap in there.
You guys just want to make it to the forest and camp in the other forest?
Sure.
You want to camp in this
That's
forest?
fine.
Well, what did that guy say? That they were just camped out too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go to the other forest and away from the interstate we might be beside if we stay here.
Sure. Let's go.
Let's go to the other side. Yeah.
Okay. So you make it over to the other side. I mean, it takes you about 15 minutes, and it's now dark. And you can proceed to set your camp up.
There are definitely monsters in the woods, so we definitely want to have a good watch tonight.
Yep.
I'll take
Sounds
first.
great.
Maybe have somebody else with me.
I'll be on first with you, and we'll share the 2 barbarians a watch too, maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'll take third.
So, and you guys can put your barbarians where you wish and set up fire if you wish, however you want to arrange the camp. I'm not going to burden us with the horses. Because there's going to be a bunch of them. But what I will do is you guys need to pick some place and give me a pretty good sized rectangle or square where you're going to tie up the horses. Because when the bears attack, they're probably going to eat some horses. But
Was that a foreshadow?
Do we want to protect the horses or not worry about them so much?
that's up to you guys. But I just I'm that's not a foreshadowing, but that is definitely a.
That's why we brought the barbarians,
That's
right?
kind of like one of those things that
that's
normally
water.
happens quite frequently when there's wilderness encounters.
Yeah, I'm partial to my horse.
It's
This is a
one of
creek.
those
This
kind of
isn't like a
things like
ridge.
large carnivorous beasts that would be willing to attack parties would normally want their horses, just because they're big amounts of meat that are somebody's tied up here. This will be an easy kill. Doesn't mean it will happen. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Just that I want it. That makes it. It's just a good thing to have done because it's a likely outcome if there is some trouble tonight.
All right, so I reckon we're protecting the horses with the barbarians and
Well, that could just be camp.
whatnot.
We can sleep with the horses. I ain't got a problem with it.
Just don't sleep under his tail.
So it's just an open forest, lots of trees. That's it.
That's always a nice warm addition.
A special kind of mud mask.
Yeah.
So is it settled? We gonna bring the horses in our circle here, or
I think that's what the rectangle's for. The horses will be in there and we'll surround that. We're protecting our horses, it looks like.
sleep?
Okay.
Sounds like Ted and myself are on first watch.
Theranol takes third.
Okay. So whoever is on first watch, give me a D20 roll.
Is that a perception? Or just a general roll?
I mean, it is for perception, but it's just a general roll.
We're not very observant, I don't think, Ted.
I keep forgetting this doesn't have the perception skills stuff.
No, it doesn't.
Too, right?
What do you think this is? 5e?
And I generally moderate those anyway because wisdom-based perception just doesn't. And it means that the people most likely fighters, thieves, the ones who would really be the best on watch are lousy, and you want the magic user and the cleric to be on watch. Not that clerics can't fight, but it's just it's so anti. It just doesn't make sense.
Just ass back.
Right. So I do a rather kind of straight thing based on level for perception or for watch perception. So Ted, late in your watch, you get a little sleepy, and you kind of blink for a second. When you open your eyes, you're a little bit startled because there is a deer about 40 feet away from you, nosing about in the snow. What are you doing?
I'll watch it for a few minutes.
Okay. As you watch it, you realize that there's about 20 of them following it, spread out, eating as well.
About 20 of them. Okay. They don't seem to be doing anything, do they?
Not particularly.
Okay. I'll just leave them be as long as they're not coming into the disturbing
Okay.
anything.
When you pass off the watch, your movements cause them to notice, and they kind of scurry off in the direction they came from.
Okay.
Do we have a fire?
I don't see one.
Okay.
And second watch.
I can be second watch.
I got second too.
Give me a D20 roll. Okay, Bobbin. Your watch
Oops,
is
sorry.
very quiet. See a couple of rabbits, maybe, but that's about it.
Hmm.
Third
All right.
watch.
Third watch.
Yep, third watch. Okay. So your watch is quiet. You don't see anything. Nothing seems amiss. Few animal noises in the distance, but that's really it.
Okay.
It's now morning. I need everybody to give me a D20 roll.
Oh yeah.
Damn, 2 in a row.
What do we notice is missing?
Let's see.
Nicodemus.
Galathon,
Sorry.
need a D20 roll from you, please.
Did that sleep spell wear off of him yet?
All right. So, Calix and Ted,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping in 20-degree weather outdoor with no fire. You guys each suffered 1 hit point of damage.
Oh. What from?
Lesson
Cold.
learned, gang.
Sleeping outside when it's 20 degrees with no fire.
Jack Frost. Him nipping at his nose.
I got blankets.
Not enough, evidently.
I'm not much of
You're
a
up with a
barbarian.
roll higher.
Chinese torture blanket.
Can I get healing on that? Like a heal roll? I don't guess so, can I?
I mean, if somebody wants to cast use spell, it can't be
No spell.
bandaged away.
So bad.
Rub some dirt on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cold out here.
Yes, it is. And
You light a fire in the morning just to get something warmth, or no?
you can. So last night was relatively calm and just cold, but you can feel the cold nip in the air and the temperature is dropping. What are you guys gonna do?
Nope.
We're still tracking those guys.
Did it snow last night?
No, I don't
No,
think
it
so.
did not snow last night. Feel like it's probably going to start not too far into today.
Should start tracking soon then.
Gotta pick it up at least.
Okay, so you're able to go back out and get on the trail. And when they came out of the woods over there, they made basically a move to the north, kind of in the direction that the goblins were coming from, but further away, closer to this wood than the wood that you came out of. And by about mid-morning, the snow starts to fall. And you keep on going, and you can still kind of make it out, and you're able to find a small copse of trees right on the edge of this forest that they camped in, just the two of them. And then they left, and they're continuing kind of along the edge of this wood. And by midday, the snow is so heavy that you've lost. There's no chance of following that any further.
Hmm.
So should we change direction?
Did it appear they were going in a consistent direction?
They were moving along the edge of these trees. That's about the only thing you know. I mean, it's kind of consistently northwest.
Is that consistently toward the slag heap or consistently toward Dunstan or someplace we know?
It's consistently away from the slag heap and probably parallel to Dunstan and Gipshine.
I'd vote let's keep going down that tree line.
Yeah.
Concur.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we need to, we can camp in the woods, which should give us a little bit of protection from all the snow.
Okay. So you guys continue moving along those trees for most of the day. And again, remember, daylight is very compact here. It's getting a little longer as you're moving into this month of August, but it's still pretty short. But because previous month it was dark, you just kind of had a little grayness for a couple hours in the middle of the day. Now you get about 6 hours of sunlight. So kind of moving along, and it's getting to the point where it's getting dark. And the woods, this break in the woods, they come together.
What is it?
Where you were kind of riding between two woods on either side of you, now you've reached a point where the woods have converged.
Got it.
Somebody's horse needs water.
And we don't see the faint glow of a fire off campfire anywhere.
Not everybody give me a D20 roll if you're gonna look around and see if you can
All
spot
right.
anything like that.
Shitty rolls. Good God. Didn't see it till you stepped on it.
A line.
Yeah, no, you guys don't see anything like that.
You never know.
I mean,
One might be the better
Coming
one.
down pretty good. So you're kind of in. In fact, it's picking up, and the wind's picking up, and the temperature's down. And give me a Bobbin. Give me a D20 roll. That 7 it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Bobbin's able to kind of find a place in the woods. There's kind of a little dip, and some thicker trees around it. gives you a little bit of break from the wind and the snow, but you're by no means in out of the cold. It's going to be a cold, rough night. It's going to be colder, windier, and snowier than the night before.
Okay.
Let's not set a fire up.
Do not want to set a fire up.
Someone wants to freeze.
You really should have robbed those furry persons.
Yeah.
Listen.
You know, that could cause us to start getting damaged and hurt and stuff.
That can be our fire right there. You want?
Is there something on the map here?
What?
Mine just shows black.
Just pan over.
There
Pan
is. You
out.
may need to
Oh,
zoom
it's out. I just see a small black box.
Okay, who's saying that?
Callus.
Refresh.
Yeah, I haven't had a map yet either.
All right, refreshing, same thing. Rolling out, black box. There we go.
And
I see
who
it.
else said they couldn't. Was that Nicodemus?
I can see. I've been able to see the map or anything else. I think it was Ted or Bobbin.
Okay, now I can see something.
Okay. Okay. So barbarians are going to be moving closer to and further away from the fire. Even they can't just take this cold on with no assistance. So first watch, whoever's on it, give me a D20 roll. Okay, so Ted, you see nothing but snow blowing around. Watch 2.
More
Callus,
snow blowing around.
snow. And third watch,
Third
is
one?
that you? Okay, so Bobbin, you see kind of the same thing. It's just cold, windy, and snowy. It's not a night where things would be out and about.
Okay.
Okay.
Even evil needs to stay out of the cold.
Evil's smart.
About an hour before sunrise, the wind starts to lay, and you just get down to a smattering of flakes falling.
Before sunrise, we can't see the glow of another fire, could we?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm dreaming of a white forest.
So we just
Okay.
want to keep on our previous heading, guys.
Well, we were searching for those guys, right? So like we gave up on that because we can't find them. So where are we closest to? Should we head to Gibshine so we can get like out of the cold and then move on to something?
We're way out of. We're out in the wilderness, heading toward the other way.
We said we were kind of paralleling Gipshine and Dunstan.
I thought we were heading to the thing.
Oh. Following the guys to see if we could get Ruin.
Okay. So you guys started out at Dunstan and you headed out down this way towards the slag heap. You were only half a day into that, and you headed off to the northeast. Then the next day, you headed off to the northwest. And so that's where you're at. You're somewhere like
In Barrenwood.
Yep, you're in the forest somewhere to the roughly to the northwest of Dunstan, or possibly just straight, or northeast of Dunstan and straight east of Gipshide.
We're still probably only about a half days out of Dunstan.
At least. You're not really sure because
I think we need to check the sobriety of our navigator.
Who's the navigator?
Maybe that's the problem.
We were trying to chase these guys and we lost them.
Which puts us in the middle of nowhere in the
Did we
cold,
get a
doing nothing.
Did we get a good enough look at those guys that if we happen to run into them again, we would recognize them?
there's a chance. I mean, if you're concerned about it, you'd have a respectable chance of recognizing them. But with a shave and slightly different clothing, nah. But if they happen to still be kind of unkempt and wearing the same stuff, yeah, you probably would.
They could have headed back to Dunstan, guys.
Yeah, it's possible. You want to go to the nearest town then? See if we showed up there.
Well, the nearest town is Dunstan. You're probably no more than a day or two away from it. But you aren't quite sure because, like I said, you guys have been making this loop and you've been following tree lines and you're really not, there's no road or anything. You're going to be heading through the woods with a cart and a large group of people. So
Ditch the cart.
Ditch the cart, yeah.
Of operations, then make a decision on what we really want to do.
I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference. I'm just pointing out that it does. It has slowed you,
Oh yeah.
particularly in the woods. Not terribly much on the road, but in the woods, yeah.
Yeah, but it also provides us with an extra item, and if we do run into a bunch of stuff that we wanted to haul, then we got the cart to haul it in.
Well, yeah, and at this point we've lost them, so we might
Get
as
your
well.
horse to it.
Might as
I'm
well
about
go.
I'm about ready to go someplace warm with my horse.
Me too.
I ain't waiting.
Yeah, let's go to the back to town. Call it a learning experience. First expedition learning experience.
Back to Dunstan and see if they're in the ogre drinking.
Sure.
And we can make more stains on the floor.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful which kind.
Okay, so you guys, make it back to Dunstan.
Hello?
Yep.
Oh, I heard a bleep and no sound. I thought I lost y'all.
I thought Richard was going to say more. Was that it, Richard?
I probably am. I'm just finishing typing here.
What was that to me?
Okay, so yeah, so you guys get back to Dunstan about midday on the 4th day after you left. You guys left on the 8th of August and you get back on the 12th of August.
Okay.
Okay.
Now know a little bit more about the woods and stuff around here.
Yeah, how to get
Stayed
lost.
pretty cold the time you were out there, although the snow was over. So you guys make it back. And we'll just go right over. The ogre. And
We make it back to town. I'd like to go to that store and check in with that guy and see if he feels anybody was bugging him or robbing him in the last 4 or 5 days.
okay. He feels like everything's fine. He says, I heard what you guys did. That was pretty good.
Cool. Just let us know if anything happens again.
Sure thing.
Any new shady characters in town?
I think I saw a couple of them.
Two, huh?
Yeah.
Imagine that. We were tracking 2 in the forest and lost them. Maybe they're in the ogre.
They might be. I hadn't seen where they were at. I just happened to see them in the street a day or so ago.
Interesting. Cool. I'll go join the others in the ogre. Unless they came with me, I don't know.
I'm finding a nice warm fire.
Really?
And I don't care who I have to knock out of their chair to get to it.
We happen to see those 2 or someone looks like those 2 in here?
No, you don't.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything in here?
You do see.
Ah.
How do you get it where it stops clicking on the grid?
What?
Where you can move them around without it jumping on the grid?
Jumping. Oh, Alt. Hold Alt when you drop them.
Oh, there's no way to permanently set that?
No.
Oh, look at that. That does work.
It's not jumping; they snap to the squares.
Yeah. I don't want it snapping. I want it to be
You hit
between
Alt,
the
you can
fire.
put them wherever you want.
Yeah. Do like Toronto said, hold your Alt key down.
I am. It keeps jumping.
It worked for me.
Me too.
See, it jumps over to the left.
I just dropped mine right there in the middle of some lines.
Oh, I'm using the wrong keyboard, dang it. Oh, well.
That'll teach you.
Well, I got these two computers next to each other, and I got one space for both keyboards. I keep doing that. That'll work.
Sitting there, right back up to the fire. Are a couple of familiar faces, though.
And who might it be?
Altus and Cormo.
Oh, the fur guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when we go talk to them, see if they've seen those other two. They've got a better look. Ooh. Okay. I'll go talk to him. I'll let them know that say a nice see in town. I'll let them know we tracked them, but we lost them, and ask if they've seen the other two.
No, they haven't.
I'll ask them where they're off to after this.
Oh, few days. Got enough ale. You can notice his cheeks are awful red. And we'll head back out. Ain't that right, Cormo? Cormo goes, yep.
Back out the way they came.
Yeah.
Would you?
Why? Some reason you shouldn't?
I was gonna. Oh, there's something happening periodically, so I was gonna see if you wanted an escort.
An escort?
Yeah. Or you feel you don't need assistance to be safe.
Oh, I can't imagine I would, but you never know, I guess.
I mean, do you guys want to head back out that way? It's just an excuse to go with them. We can let them go sort of in the front since they don't feel scared. And if someone jumps them, we jump them.
Yeah, sounds good.
We just got back. I'd like to stay back long enough to at least recover my hit point.
Yeah, they're going to be here for a day or two, he said. So we'll get 1 or 2 warm nights sleep here for you, Ted.
I mean, so do we have a plan, or like I'm sort of lost a little?
I mean, one of our plans was to get to the slag heap. Then we got distracted by the thieves.
Well,
Tried to
there's
chase
also
them.
a
We lost
gigantic
them.
army going down there. That's too many.
Yeah, there's an army down there, yeah.
I mean, in my mind, I see it as like not doable, so it doesn't feel like an option. And then these guys, if we help them, that's fine. But like, I don't know where that's leading us, possibly, or
I don't know if I got clogged ears or if you're really low, Toronto. I can't hear you very well.
Oh no, I moved my microphone. I'm sorry, I was eating something. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to figure all this out. I mean, we talked to people. Someone talked to the bartender when they came in, right? And nothing news came from him.
No one's talked to the bartender yet.
I have social anxiety. So I'm not going to talk to everybody in the bar.
Okay. I mean, most of the chatter, it's kind of the same crew that was here when you were here last. Really, the only addition are Feltus and Cormo, and the only, I guess, subtraction is the orcs.
Yeah, but Cormo and his buddy there, they don't seem to like want to give up any information. So it's like unless we're not asking the right things, because we just saved them, but they didn't seem to care, and
Yeah, I don't know if they're
they didn't feel very
strong and
gratified.
arrogant and dumb. I don't know.
They're just used to being in the woods kind of people, you know.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the clue. They're just loners. Spend a lot of times out by themselves, take care of themselves, and you know they're not
they-
helpless, even
they
if
don't-
they
Well, that's what it
it's like
feels like.
you don't know whether they do or not, but yeah, I mean, Feltus is an old man in his 60s who's been trapping out there for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that means he's like a 37th level fighter or anything, but you could probably assume he has some skills or he wouldn't
Right.
be an old trapper.
Right, and he knows the area probably pretty well, and all the little knickknacks and
Yeah.
paddywhacks or whatever you want to call it.
He's Jeremiah Johnson.
But it doesn't feel like he's giving us any. I don't know. I'm trying to. I can't think of anything to ask him.
He didn't say a whole lot.
Exactly.
I mean, and what I'm saying, yeah, it's like what he said is basically what he said. He's not sitting there. He and Cormo aren't sitting there having this huge discussion, and you guys come along and they clam up. They just sitting there sipping beers, feeling the warmth on their back, and not talking.
I know what I'll try. I'll you guys seem like you're pretty comfortable in the woods. You know it real well, and I'll explain to him where we chased them to where we lost them, and ask if you were somebody that was going to try to jump people on that road, where would you hide knowing where these guys went?
Well, I mean, there's tons of places they could have hid before you lost them. I mean, those woods, there's all kinds of places to hide. And even where you describe, that's the big gap there. But it's I mean, head into the woods and there's tons of places. I mean, honestly, if I was wanting to set up mess with people on the road, ain't nobody that many people on the road, I'd find a better place. But if I was going to, I'd probably have camped right there in the edge of the woods by where we saw them, where they went into the woods at. I'm sure there's some place in there not too far off that would have been a good camp.
So we could have just ran right by their camp.
Weren't we there?
Could be chasing them.
You could have. Don't know that you did. Well, maybe
you're
going to their camp.
Well, you're pretty good in the woods and tracking. You think when it's time to leave, you could maybe lead us and see if you could track them down so we can find them?
Well, Cormo. He looks at him. He looks at him and just kind of makes a little flip of his hands. He's got them kind of crossed, and he just kind of flips the one on top up and shrugs a little, and he goes, "Well, I guess we're not in any rush. I mean, we got plenty of time to get the strings out before thaw hits, and that's the next big thing. Well, I'd be interested to help you out.
Sound like a
Yeah.
plan, team?
Time is money, I guess you big folks, you're from the big city here, say. So what kind of money are we talking about?"
What do you? I don't know what's reasonable. We'll give you a silver piece a day. I don't know. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, a silver piece would be a half a silver piece would be a workman's wage for, like ditch digger,
Right. All
carry
right.
bags, that kind of stuff. So that, just use that as a guide.
All right. How about a silver piece a day?
Hmm. Yeah, I could probably do it for that.
Rock and roll. Does that sound good, guys? Before I get too far down the road here.
Yeah, I'll take anything right
Yeah.
now.
Rock and
That's
roll.
fine.
All right. So looks like a deal.
Okay. So what day you wanting to start doing this stuff?
Well, you guys wanted to have a, probably stay here tomorrow and leave the following day. I think you guys wanted at least another day here, right?
I'd appreciate it.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. So tick, tick, tick. Days go by.
Right on.
Okay, you guys just staying in the inn? Anybody gonna get out and move around town some, do anything else?
Is there a
Bob,
place to get some winter gear?
What's that?
Is there a place to get some winter gear around here if we're not freezing outside?
Well, you got winter gear,
Oh, okay.
but when it gets so cold, there's not enough gear without some fire.
Right on.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it just reaches a point when it gets so cold that you just, even in fur parkas and stuff, which you guys have, you're just going to get cold and you may take some damage over it.
Can we take a general listen around the bar and see if there's anything we rumor wise we hear or anything like that that might give us a hint on anything?
Sure.
D20.
Nah, you don't need to roll anything. Only thing that there's being discussed is it seemed that a certain widow lives out on the edge of town. Somebody stole one of her chickens.
Those are worth a lot right now.
I told you there's nobody in this bar that's from outside of this town except Feltus and Cormo, and they're not talking about stuff that they're not talking. So, but there's a bit of chatter about that, and I know it's not an animal, so they feel it like some person did that. But they have no idea who that would be, because surely no one in town would steal a chicken from the widow. Or steal a chicken from anyone, but particularly from the widow. It's downright mean.
Want to do a little side quest and find a ticket thief?
What?
Is there a bounty board?
No.
Anybody else want to do anything at the bar?
No, I'm good.
And that bad reverb.
I'm hearing it too.
What, that echoing? That's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me this time. I had it on mute.
You gonna gamble, Ted?
No, not this time. I got left behind last time.
All right, so I guess it's pass a day or two, and
Okay. Now, when you get ready to leave, one of the things you'll have to consider, maybe it dawns on you beforehand, Feltus is on foot. So, do you want to get a horse or not?
you guys see any reason not to get him a horse?
They're both on foot or just the one?
Well, Feltus is the only one going with you. Cormo's going to stay here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you want Cormo to come along, but you ain't paying him. Or you didn't offer to pay him, you just offered to pay Feltus.
Oh, it's kind of an offer to
That's
both
the way
of them,
they
but
perceive. That's the way they perceive it. You know.
All right.
how much are horses, and can you rent a horse, or do you have to buy the horse?
Well, you can head over to the stable and see if they have any horses for rent.
Where be the stable?
Right next door, isn't it? Just south of us.
Well, there is a stable at the inn, but it's not a livery stable. There's another stable where they actually have those, and it's this right over here. You see where I'm pinging?
Yep.
All right. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to buy or rent a horse for both of them, or
let's
just
go
do
talk.
one?
What are we? I thought only one was going with us.
Yeah, but we could ask them both. I mean, they're a team. They seem happier if they work together, maybe.
Well, I ran off to the stables to find out how much a horse is. So
Only a few silver pieces. It's not like it's,
Well, true, but they didn't seem too, opposed. I mean, they didn't argue about it either. So,
okay.
but I'm good either way. I was under the impression, like I think everybody else, that it was a package deal. But
Okay, well, so Cormo's willing to come, but he'd like a silver piece a day too.
Okay.
fine. Yeah, we'll pay him.
I'm a hard bargainer.
So the stables, they rent horses or they sell horses. They'll fix you up with a horse and all the gear for 100 silver pieces, or they'll rent them for 3 silver a week.
Are they both coming or just one?
Both.
Screw it. I buy them both a horse.
Did you say
Okay.
buy them both a horse or rent them both a horse?
I just bought them both a horse. We'll take them after they're done. We'll use them to put stuff on. They're easier to maneuver than a cart.
Hey, move your boom down, dude. I can't hear you again.
Wow, that's crazy how that does that.
Isn't it?
Yeah, sorry. No, I figure we can keep the horses after the fact. We'll buy them for us, but we'll use them as a way to carry stuff rather than have that cart because you can maneuver a horse easier.
Sure.
Okay. So Mark off the 200. Remember
That's
that
it.
that would be worth 400 experience points for you.
Okay, thanks.
You're
Are you
welcome.
doing that, Toronto?
I'm sorry, what?
You want to do that yourself? I can do it too with you.
You want to split it? Sure. Take
Yeah,
take
sure.
a
We'll
hundred
split
of
it.
it. Take 100 off. I take 100.
Okay.
Got to move quick, or I'm gonna steal all that XP, man.
No worries,
So,
dude.
okay. So a couple of days later, you guys are ready to head out. You got horses. While you're at the stable, you notice that the guy that you're dealing with is kind of looking you over.
And I sort of look him over back.
Go ahead, dude. Right out.
You fellas are new in town, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hmm. Where are you staying?
At the ogre. Of course.
Okay. And,
Do we sense he's looking us over evil
What?
like he's checking out the new filet mignon or something?
nah, just kind of like a little bit suspicious.
I look at
He's
him and go, "Do you
suspicious
have a
of us.
question? You look like you want to ask us something."
Hmm. I asked what I wanted to ask.
Oh, okay.
I'll jump in. Is there do strangers in town worry you?
Oh, not particularly. Uh, helps that you were staying at the inn because someone that could afford to stay at the inn wouldn't be stealing chickens from a widow.
Ah, the chicken thief. That's a big news, is it?
Yeah, it's big news. And poor lady's only got 6 chickens, and now she only got 5 because someone took one.
Is there a place in town that sells chickens?
No,
Have you heard something about the chicken thief?
no, but
Then I guess
got to figure he's an outsider and he must be hungry because he sure ain't going to ride a chicken out of this valley.
That's a fact, Jack.
in these times when it's cold, man, chicken can settle the stomach.
Where's the widow live?
Well, poor old thing lives up this trail out here down by the river.
So would that be one of
That's
these
up,
houses,
isn't it?
Richard?
Nope, it's this one right here.
Oh, can you ping again? I wasn't scrolled up that far.
There, I put greenhouse mark on it.
I didn't see the ping myself.
It's all the way north.
I don't know, man. It's been mentioned so many times, it almost feels like that's a little thrown out quest thing we gotta chase or should chase.
Okay.
But we already got this guy hired, so
Yeah, I know.
But we didn't specify what time we were going to leave out, did we?
yeah, we did.
It
I
is.
told him we're leaving today. We got horses for him.
He gets a silver a day. He can work with us.
Yeah,
Might need a tracker to find the chicken.
he's a local too, anyway. See?
You guys want
So
to ask if he can track chickens?
we'll leave the barbarians at the end. Leave the barbarians at the end and head up to the.
You might want more for that job. Tracking chickens is probably tougher than tracking a man on horseback.
Especially when the chicken's under his arm.
I did have chicken noodle soup tonight, but I ain't saying nothing.
All right. We'll tell this. I'll tell the stable guy. Well, we didn't take a widow's chicken, but if you hear anything, we'd be happy to help.
Thank you.
All right. You guys want to take off with our two little buddies here?
Yeah.
See if they can find us some thieves.
I thought we were going to go up and check on the widow. Leave the barbarians behind and us with the local up and check on the widow, make sure she's okay.
You guys want to do that? I'm fine.
Yeah, we could stop by there and find out on our way out.
All right. Let's go see the widow.
Okay.
Right ahead,
So
Ted. You're a
Now
nice
you guys
dude.
head out and you get to the widow's.
Ted's a
And
thief with heart.
it's a nice little cottage. It's a little run down, but you can tell she still, takes pride in her garden and stuff and tries to keep it up. And she does have a little chicken coop out there in the yard garden.
Before we get
So-
to there, as we're approaching it,
Yep.
I want to slow down and check. It's snowy out, right?
No, it's actually not snowing right now.
But
It's warmed up a little. It's still there's still snow on the ground.
Yeah, I want to check
You
the
know.
snow, make sure we don't run over some tracks that we might need later.
Okay.
Keeping the general lane of traffic, which I'm sure there's tracks back and forth here in traffic, and then approach her house from make sure I'm not walking over anybody else's tracks
Okay.
as we
Very
approach,
good.
as we approach her house.
Okay. So you get up there and you're able to steer clear of the area around the chicken coop and steer clear of where you think there may be some tracks. I mean, it's kind of evident where tracks are and where they aren't.
Okay. And then knock on the door.
Okay. And in a minute, you hear shuffling inside and the door opens and it's a little old woman. She's kind of on the heavy side. She's got a big old shawl, more like a blanket wrapped around her, but it is warm inside and you can smell bread baking coming from it. And she just looks at you and says, hello, little man. How can I help you?
I'm here with the new Baron on his behalf. We
The new
understand-
Baron?
Yes. We understand you've had some band problem. Someone stealing from you.
I sure have. They took Henrietta. And let me tell you, there was never a more faithful hen than Henrietta. She laid an egg. She laid 8 eggs a week.
Well, we're
I'm gonna
here
miss her sorely.
We're here to search to help you out and see what we can find for you. Would you mind showing us around?
Well, sure. And she gets her blanket pulled tighter around her, and she comes on out, and she goes kind of over that direction towards the chicken coop and says, I know it wasn't a fox or something like that, because as you can see, there's not any place that's been broken into like an animal would. Someone was able to get one of the openings, the doors or windows open, and got hold of Henrietta. Had to be a person. And she's right. Nothing looks damaged on it.
Look around, see what I can see as far as footprints and stuff.
Okay. Give me a find remove trap throw. I know you aren't looking for traps, but I think that's kind of an appropriate similar skill. Roll down. Okay. So you give it a look around and you aren't certain, but you do think it looks like, well, it definitely looks like the door could easily be opened by someone with just a knife. You don't really see markings of it, but you're pretty sure that would have been the easy enough to get in by someone who knew anything about locks and get in there and get to the chickens. And it's not a complex lock. It's just, wouldn't take long to get through her little security.
Do I see any additional footprints leading to or away from the chicken coop?
Give me a D20 roll. Okay, so looking around the door, you definitely see one footprint that was made not by a huge, but by, a man's boot.
Is it pointed
Right near the door where you think that they got in.
Is it pointed toward the door or away from the door?
This one's actually pointed towards the door.
Look around it
It's
for
kind of like you'd be getting close to the door to mess with it and get your foot into the snow that had kind of drifted in there between the little ramp and the building itself.
I'll point it out to her. That looks like a blueprint there. Do you have any male assistants that come around here, or nephew or anything?
Nah, it's just little old me. Yeah, you're right. That's probably his footprint. Now we just find him and make him put his toe in there again, and we know who it was.
Well, I'm going to do some more looking here. You might want to be getting out of the cold here, but I'm going to be looking with my party here, and we're going to see what we can find for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you can talk to me before you leave, dearie.
Okay.
Let's get Erlo and Grinchen on the deal too. They're supposed to be the great trackers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
gonna
guys
call
can go
them.
back. I can go back and get them. They'll agree. Sure.
I thought they came with us.
No.
We'll get them along.
The hell are we paying them
So
for?
Yeah. Something.
All right, don't worry
so
about it.
they come and look it over. And you're like, yeah. I mean, it's a little old because we're talking been a couple of days, but you're right. That's definitely a good print. And he looks it over and he points it out to you, Ted. Yeah, see right here? He used his knife blade to flip the little latch inside. And you can see where he cut just a little nick into the wood there. See that fresh wood? And you look, and sure enough, it's like it's little whittling happened right there on the edge of that the door facing. Yes, sirree. That's definitely where he was at, and that foot's right where it should be. And then he will do some moving around and looking, and he will pick up a trail that goes down to the river. And the river's ice covered. And then he will take you guys, he finds takes his staff and he does some probing, and he's like, yeah, it's not solid, but it's solid enough. And he heads on across and leads you guys across, and in a bit you kind of get to where there is a clear trail and you guys can all see it. It was one guy, and it comes over here somewhere across the road, across the major road to Gipsheim. And sure enough, there is a little old abandoned cabin over there. And as you get that close to it, you can see a little bit of smoke coming out of the old chimney.
They might be having
Is
some
there a
chicken.
chicken smell to it? Does it smell like
No.
chicken?
No.
Not yet, huh? Okay.
Well, they stole it 2 days ago. I doubt the chicken's still around.
I imagine. Is that old?
You want to knock on the door, or you want to try to jump them? And we
Wanna
got a
make
big
sure
ass
there's not a
party for
back.
2 people.
We'll make sure there's
We
not a
don't know
back
that
Need
there.
to jump them.
You don't even know that it's them for sure.
We don't care.
I just mean jump them like walk in versus knock.
Okay, so yeah, there's like one door on this shed, no windows. It's like, it's pretty basic. And it's about 20 by 15. It's not very big.
Cool.
So what's the plan?
I guess that's
Walk
the
up,
Baron's.
knock on the door.
I found the place. It's up to you.
All right, knock on the door.
Okay. Okay. And the door flies open, and there stand the two guys that got away, each with his sword out, pointed at you. And now they couldn't see you coming. And so you can see the recognition hit their face.
I smile and say, "Here's Johnny."
Yeah, you might want to put those down, boys.
Roll for initiative. I got my axe out. Oh, dumb. No one steals from the widow.
That's what a roll initiative. Okay, so they get to go first. And they both throw down their weapons, throw down their swords, and please don't kill us.
Where's the chicken?
We ate it.
All right, let's search him.
and you search them, and they've got their long swords. They've got, again, both of them have, neither one of them have any silver left in their purses. And they, like, you can go through their bags, other than like clothing and gear. They got about a day's worth of rations between the two of them. And you can see the evidence of the chicken having been killed. There's feathers in there and in the fireplace, and some chicken bones.
All right.
I say we take their weapons, the rations. We give the rations to the old lady. Give her a couple silver so she can go buy a new chicken.
Yep.
Sell these swords, and that's what they get.
Well, if we can sell the swords, that money can go to the old lady too.
Tie them up and take them into town, turn them over.
Let's ask them though if they. I don't think they're
Are
gonna say
they
it. If they
are they
anybody
just
else-
doing this because they're come on hard times, or are they just douchebags?
They could just be douchebags who come on hard times. You're gonna have to make that call.
Both.
Question
We're
of
gonna
Kalis.
force this out of them. Let him loose on them.
Okay.
Right on. Yeah, right.
Cook the old lady.
It's a decision you got to make as a Baron. You're the law.
Well, you got a real popularity boost in town. Even a few people starting to at least call you Baron. I think they still think it's a joke, but
Oh my.
well, I mean, honestly, this area has never had any type of authority figures in it. Truly just an open frontier area, and authority has gone to the people who are big and bad enough to do it. So,
Well, at least you didn't have to put a crossbow to your own throat.
So you're gonna banish him, Ragnar?
Nobody got that.
There's a bit of me that wants to ask the town, have a vote in the town. What do you guys want to do with him?
what do they want to do with them? Let me see.
Usually a
does
loaf
the-
of bread
does
is the
the-
stocks, and anything bigger than that is usually they lose a hand.
Someone need like free help, like the stables or somebody.
That's kind of what they come up with. The stable, the guy that owns the stable and the guy that owns the store and the blacksmith. This is what they come up with. They're like, you know what? Between the three of us and the other farmers around here, we can keep these guys busy until spring. And then what they want to do is have them fix up the widow's house once it's where you can actually do that, and get her kind of set up, and then they will have paid restitution to her, and then they need to leave.
Yeah, and we'll also say that they need to earn enough restitution that they can buy her 2 chickens.
Okay.
That seems fair.
Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
And so you have now you can tell there's a bit of a change here. They're kind of recognizing that you're a force of good, or at least of order in the area. So it is 11, and I think we're at a great place to stop.
What do you guys want to do next time? It seems like the slag heap is a place we can go, but it's also got a buttload that
It
might be
doesn't
more
sound
than we-
safe to our level. It's there's way too much going on there.
I don't think it'd be
Sneaking or
safe
not.
at any level. I think that's the point. But
I don't believe that. I
that's
think
where
when we
we're
get
going this
higher,
time.
I say
Oh,
we go
yeah.
back to that dungeon, man.
I mean, we knew there was some stuff there. There was the whole diamond mine. We thought there might be some thieves there. And it's a big area. We
There were
might be able to go in
drows
there and
and
avoid the army.
Ungren and orcs. The
You
Drider is what scares me.
Vietnam, that little area. You just go in
So
like
scared
little
the last
gorillas.
party.
I mean, we could try what I think it was Ted or Bob threw out. We could go try to get the old Baron and his group to go take on an army of goblins.
Yeah.
It wasn't my idea.
But that's like that's 150.
Wasn't my
to,
idea.
What, 40 of us?
150.
I get it, they're lowlies, but you know,
3-to-1 ratio,
yeah.
roughly. 3 or 4-to-1. Does the group have any feelings on anything for next time like that?
I mean, I personally don't feel that I'm in a place where I would like to do a large mass combat at the moment.
Okay.
I'm more apt for dungeon crawling.
Yeah, I could go either way, but we're not in a place when we don't have enough of us to do the mass combat, even if we wanted
Right.
to. So,
Or don't feel like
But-
it.
yeah,
Like it's a proper thing to do right now.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, certainly without the other Barons group, we couldn't do it. Or
Right.
possibly couldn't do it.
I'm up for the mass battle, but like you say, we probably need more. But if we did manage to take out that group of goblins, that would seriously weaken their ability to attack anywhere.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like the slag heap had a bunch of places. Not every place would be full of an army. Did you guys want to explore that, or
See,
just?
we explored it that one time. I can't remember. Was you there or no?
I was there when we got there, and then we had one session where we were
Okay.
doing more exploring. I missed that one.
So we went around and we checked each place, and there was like a little group of things at each one that pretty much said what was going on, sort of, you know. And like there was a lot. Like I said, there was Ungren, there were orcs and Driders, and like I said, if you put Drider with that group, that's nasty.
So were those big groups or small groups?
Forget what the hell it was. The one up northeast
Well, they
was
weren't
like
whatever they were. They
we
weren't
saw a
what you
few.
would call small, but they weren't large.
Yeah, we saw a few at the conferences. But if you go into a dungeon, you know how dungeons work out. There's usually a lot more going on in there.
'Cause we're what?
And I was willing to do it, but like seeing that like 150 goblins now on top of it, that's like that's an army.
Yeah.
I get some Lord of the Rings vibes there, you know.
mhm.
It's only goblins.
You go do it. Exactly.
Come on,
We are-
goblins and cannon
I
fodder.
consider myself pretty tough. I'm very cautious, but like I'll fight anything. I don't care. I'll do whatever, but it's like I want to be sensible about it.
Can these barbarians somewhat manage themselves, or does somebody have to be kind of in charge?
Well, I mean, if you left them someplace with orders, I would say they're going to carry them out. But as far as like if they're trailing along with you, somebody's got to
Direction.
Give them some direction. I'm not going to run them for you if that's
No.
Haha.
I guess what I was wondering is, I know Toronto wants to go hit that dungeon, and a couple times it seems like, okay, it's winter. Thieves aren't, really active in the winter. So could we leave the barbarians in the town to keep it safe and kind of, if something comes
Lease.
up, keep it
Yeah.
safe, and then we go do that dungeon, and in the springtime we come back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
Would give
Yeah.
us the extra XP. Well, not XP. I'm sorry, experience at doing things.
What do you guys think about that plan for next time?
Sounds good.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Seems like people are more interested in that.
Well, that way we could really get to work together a little more. In a
I
more-
would, if we did that, I would like to take at least maybe 2 to 4 of the barbarians with
We
us.
don't need them. We don't need them.
They help serve as guards, and we can set up a camp and have the horses there for them to guard while we go dungeon crawling.
Have we ever really had an issue with that though? I don't remember
No,
that we
we haven't.
have.
No, but I'm just thinking ahead.
As long as we have this many guys showing up, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, and if we had them protecting the town, I think that'd be better because we got
Yeah,
the
but we got
Baron at
10
the
of
other
them.
town. The Barons at Gibshine. This town needs them.
But we got 10 of them. We can leave 8 and take 4.
You're
and take
tough. What
4.
level are you?
Huh?
Well, you're tough. What level are you?
What's that got to do with it? I can't be in 2.
Because we're gonna go to a dungeon.
Yeah.
You got us. We got a fighter. We got me. I'm a fighter
I'm
mage.
saying we go to the goblin. The abandoned spot where the gnome's house. Set up a camp there for our horses, and the barbarians can guard that while we go dungeon crawling. We ain't got to take our.
That's
horses
too
with us.
close. I don't want to. I don't want to leave our horses there and go all the way north to the dungeon.
No, I'm saying it's right there in the same area.
No, actually, it's not. It's up past what the hell was? I can't see the map, but it's really far north. The one we started in.
Out
The
all the way around
Kissagrim. Do you remember Kissagrim? I have the spell book, and we got some of the keys for the dungeon. We wanted to finish like it was freaking out, visible or something. So we ended
Did
up
you put
leaving.
that big map on real quick, Richard?
Yeah, give me just a minute.
We can try to give you an idea what's going to happen so you're ready.
When is the DM ever ready?
We're giving him a chance here.
I'm in the middle of
Alright.
typing something, so just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that's all right. That's why I'm not doing it right away because I'm actually. It'll just take me a second, but I wanted to finish this
Cleaning
before I
house.
switched. Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have the maps. I thought we had maps available.
He does. He's doing something.
No, us. Like in the handouts.
Oh no,
don't
it's
have
the
the
main map,
maps?
main map.
Oh, okay.
Not
All
the
right.
main map, no. At least not that I've ever seen.
Okay. So. You're wanting to get back to this map, I would bet.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Okay.
So we are currently here. The dungeon we're talking about is up here.
Was it
Blacktooth
there,
Ridge.
or was it on the red spot?
I think it's a red spot.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I
mean,
thought.
you guys are.
We're way down here.
Yeah, you guys are like.
Slag heaps over here, somewhere near the O, right?
You're probably 4 to 5 weeks away from there.
That's fine. On the
We're
way
in the
back,
heart.
it's been what, 2 or 3 weeks now? We can go back for our arrows.
Oh, there's that. We're in the heart of winter, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a month to get there, be there for, I don't know, maybe a week or two. And then a month back, we'll be back around springtime. I read Toronto really wants to do that, so I'd vote for it. Let's leave all the barbarians to take care of the town and head up that way.
Okay.
Oh, I
Anybody
thought
else
he
got a vote?
wanted the dungeon crawl and the slag heap.
Yeah, the slag heap seems to have stuff that's a little too powerful.
It's getting that way. It's getting more and more though.
Yeah, I know.
We'll grab what we
And
can.
there's what, 5 of us? It's not 6 of
Yeah.
us. It's not really.
Something you guys might want to think about. Think about what your last mission was.
What?
What did you come down here for last time?
To
Stop.
clean this place up and make it ours or whatever?
No,
Oh,
last
give them
time.
information
This
on
time.
the goblin army.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So now we have
we
a bigger
can-
number.
Stop at Ludensheim and tell them about the big army, or who knows? Maybe they'll give us an army to come kill them with.
Oh, we were supposed to do it again? I thought we already talked to him, and that's why he gave us a
I
barrier
didn't
down
say
here.
you needed to do it again. I'm just telling you, you're talking about, oh, that's a pretty large gathering of goblins. What's going on? What were people worried about? And what were you guys down here 2 months ago trying to discern?
How big the
We're
army
gonna
was.
attack the city. That's what I've been saying.
I'm not trying to tell you. I mean, you guys can walk off and go get in the dungeon. I'll run the dungeon. I'm just letting you. I'm just reminding you because you're talking about these goblins. Like, oh wow, that makes it tough to go in and hit that diamond mine because there's a lot of goblins there. And no one's saying why might there be that many goblins out here in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I already realized that they're going to destroy something, but it's like there's too many of them for me to deal with. So I'm sorry.
Not my problem, huh?
I mean, goblins ain't nothing. They're usually wimpy, but it's like there's still only a few of us, and it's like that's a
That's-
lot. 60,
really-
I was good with 60, but man, when it hit 150, that changed my mind.
To that
And
point, we could scout out the slag heap, and then if we go north to that dungeon, we got to. At least I think because of the way the roads are, we got to go through Ludensheim anyway.
Right? We could reiterate
We
the
can stop
information to
by and
them.
fill them in.
Well, you wouldn't have to go to Ludensheim. Because
You could send a writer, right?
well, you can.
Let him finish.
I'm just saying, I mean, look at it. The trail doesn't go to Ludensheim. You can go back to Ludensheim if you wish, but you're wanting to go east of Ludensheim and east of Botkenberg, and the way up into the Blacktooth Ridge is over there by Botkenberg, not by Ludensheim.
Is that little blue squiggly line?
Yeah, but I want my arrows.
I like my equipment too. But I don't think they're being completed.
You guys been to Bottenberg? Beaconberg? You
Yeah, we've been to
Botkenberg.
Botkenberg a couple times.
could buy arrows there, right?
It's not special. Paid for.
No, I mean just
no, I
regular
mean,
arrows.
if you guys want to go to Ludensheim, you can. Let me just give you.
Well, that's where we got the arrows at. So that was like my personal idea was go back, grab the arrows, tell them we could tell them about what we saw, and then
Okay.
head up to.
So you're a month away from the arrows, or Ted stuff will be ready in a month, and the arrows would be ready in about a month and a half.
Oh, okay. I thought it's been like 2 weeks or something or like that. I'll figure by the time we travel.
Well, it's been longer than that, but it was like 3 months.
And they're gonna need all those arrows for when they need to attack the army.
If they can't have them, I paid for it.
Yeah, well,
You might want to tell them to make some more.
World War One.
Maybe they can make us a couple of catapults.
Well, I don't know. I'll do whatever you guys want.
Got a pouch on
I'll
you
give
that
them-
you carry it.
I was putting that in the bank.
Anybody have a preference?
About catapult out of a catapult pouch.
No, not
Baron
really.
Ragnar, Baron Ragnar's making all the decisions. He's the Baron.
I'm not making all the
He's
decisions,
not.
guys. We're a team.
I just want to go do something that we can
Just
accomplish.
90% of it.
We're not a team. We don't shower together.
Yeah, I want to.
Oh, good God.
Well, I don't know. To me, this slag heap seems a little too dangerous for what we're ready for right now.
But do you want to? There is an argument to scout it out, and if we're going
Which
to
we
go
already
north
did once.
again, because there's maybe
Okay,
new
we'll
stuff
do it
there,
again.
and then go through Ludensheim, do our little fill them in and or prep them.
Sure.
The thing that's in the back of my head is if those guys go north, they're going to go through Duncanburg. What's our town again? Duncan.
Buchtenberg.
Dunstan
Dunstan.
Dunstan and
Dunstan
Gipsheim
and
will
Gipsheim.
probably be in the path. Yeah, any armies moving towards Ludensheim.
Yeah.
So
we could just go to Ludensheim and say, we know where they are. Come help us kill them.
We could do
Don't know if
that.
they will.
There you go. If we want to protect these towns that we are taking care of now.
So if you guys aren't making keeping this quiet and secret, your old trapper is going to let you know that there is another road to the south here running from the
Keeps
slag
making all these secret roads.
over to what he calls the pyramid.
Pyramid, okay.
Which he says is over here.
Further
Is there an
south.
army there that we can hire to help us?
What's typically at the pyramid? Yeah.
Well, I think they're the people gathering troops in the slag heap. That's part of their territory.
We don't want to go there either then.
Are those the leaders of the troops?
Maybe we do want to go there. Maybe that's where we want to wreak havoc.
Yeah, is the pyramid the command and center?
Well, I don't know about it being a command center, but I think it's where the witch queen's at.
Witch queen.
And I wonder how many followers she's got.
Witch queen.
Which queen is this?
I see what you did
and they
there.
Do nothing. They're and we're gonna take on a witch queen now.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe we'll sneak it out and wreak havoc in the process.
Does he know? Has he been to the slag heap, and can he tell us if the troops have grown there? Because we think the red caps have.
Well, they've been building up for a while. The red caps have been coming in for some time. Why, did you see some of them?
Yeah, we saw 150 marching north.
Yeah, it's about how many groups, about 150, 200. That's the kind of size they come in.
Does that mean there's 150 there, or there's multiple groups of 150?
Multiple groups, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's multiple groups.
Okay. Now I'm thinking we leave the barbarians to protect the town, and we run to Ludensheim and see if they'll get an army.
Or we could see if
That's what I think. Go into Ludensheim and tell them and see if we can do something about this.
instead of traveling, maybe we can send a message. Is there any fast
We'll send
message
you.
we can send?
Yeah, if you were go on a horse, you'll get there faster than us.
Yes, but if we contact a perhaps cleric or something, they might be able to get much faster message through. especially to perhaps the bishop or somebody.
Ship.
Anybody
You
got a
say
carrier
ship?
pigeon?
There's a lot of green around here. I don't see no water.
We have magic available. Find a priest.
I mean, the only priest that we know have even seen is one of the clerics with the old Baron.
Exactly.
Oh.
Gibshine.
Gibshine.
He could see if he can somehow do a mind meld with Ludenschein.
I think
That's
the
just a
best
spell I
idea.
don't remember ever seeing before.
There's different spells you can use. Divination spells. Especially higher level. That's why we can't do it ourselves. We don't have the
We'd
people
still
that
have to travel to
have magic.
Gibshine.
Yeah, so we go up to Gibshine, meet with the Baron, and see if he can contact the bishop. Or see if somebody there
Boy,
can
that seems
contact
like a
the
political
city.
intrigue thing happening
Okay.
for us.
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere to the south. So
Ted, well, Gibshine's to the north, but
exactly.
Ted,
Uh-huh.
what was the Baron trying to get you to do?
Send him more troops.
No. What was the bishop trying to get you to hire you to do?
Oh, to contact him.
So, if the bishop couldn't contact the Baron, how is the Baron going to be able to contact the bishop?
Well, he's in the woods at the time. Now he's got access to magic.
I guess no. Who says?
Well, he said he's got a caster with him.
He's saying it ain't happening now.
He just
I
may
mean,
not be up the level you mean.
you can try that. I'm just pointing out that you know that they didn't have contact a few
Before when he was
weeks
out in the
ago.
woods, but I also didn't see a caster back then either.
We never
I only
asked
saw
either.
him yeah, that's true. Is there no other?
He was in a camp with a bunch of
Well,
people. We didn't attack.
technically, our character doesn't really know that unless you've dealt with actual magical messaging in this game
dealt with
before.
magic
In this
and my
game,
character- well, yeah, we've dealt with magic.
messaging.
My character doesn't know what spells are available, but he knows there's magic, and he's like, "There's a magic user. Why don't we try to get with the magic user to see if he can?"
There, okay.
contact him?"
Now that makes sense. That's better.
Okay.
But the only place to do that is to go to Gibshine. So
Right.
All right. So are we going to recon, or are we just going to run up to Luden or try to contact, and if we can't, run to Ludenschein?
well, I mean, if we go
Yeah,
and
I
we
mean, it's the same direction, isn't it?
no
It's north anyway.
Recon is southeast to the
southeast.
slag, but then he's kind of gave us enough on that. The Grinch that stole Christmas gave us a bunch of information, I guess, on the slag heap. Do you guys want to recon the witch from hell or no?
Yeah, that's like the most important piece of intelligence we've gotten yet. We didn't even
Yeah.
know she
What?
existed until now.
Yeah, we did.
Well, you found a lot of stuff that said something was important going on down in that area.
Yeah.
I knew about the witch. I just didn't know where she was.
And there were troops moving into that area.
Hence more troops.
You guys didn't go. You guys backed away from it.
Yeah, Witch Queen. Witch Queen is next. Witch Queen.
Sounds like recon the Witch Queen and then go report to Ludensheim and hopefully get an army.
Okay.
I guess that's the plan.
Never did army stuff before. This ought to be interesting.
Well, who knows if we'll get to that. I just, you live in a world where things are happening.
Yep. Yep. All right. Is that the plan for next time, gentlemen?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. So next Friday it is.
Yep.
24th of February.
And at 6:35, we'll change it all.
What?
That's fine.
Go find a
Okay.
new dungeon to get.
All righty.
All right. Well, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. We will see you next week.
See you then.
Thank you, Richard.
Later.
Good night.
Be safe.
Yes.
Was there any additional XP for this?
I mean, I gave out 500.
It gave you 5.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that when I was away? Gave 100 this last time, and then 500 after that.
I didn't see it.
For the correction with the widow, yes.
Chicken pea.
The chicken ranch that we were gonna open up.
Chicken ranch.
Ha ha ha.
Vegas, baby. Sorry.
And for our viewers, please like, share, and subscribe. See you Sunday when I DM my homebrew of the Orb of Stalnatex. All right, have a good couple of days. See you then. Bye-bye.